Konnichiwa minna! Welcome back to my channel. For today, this is my new what if. I just want to say I'm gonna just continue one of my series. It's what if female Deku was the daughter of Godzilla and Mothra. As you know, so this what if, as you know from the thumbnail, what if Nezuko was in Hunter x Hunter? And I'll explain after the intro, so let's put in. So yes, today I'm doing this what if. I already put it in one of my community tabs. So for today, this is the new what if. I'm gonna do another what if later if you guys want to. For this what if, you already know Nezuko is gonna be in Hunter x Hunter. She and her family, aka Tanjiro, her little sister, little brothers, and her parents. When she was born in a clan called the Warrior Demon Clan. So I just want to say there are 5 breeds or types of demons. There's the normal demons, the Kizukis, I guess, if you could say that. The warrior demons, the upper moon and lower moon, I think. And the royal. Just want to say the royals are basically Muzan Kibutsuchi. I'm making only the normal demons really bad and the Kizukis. Just want to say there's only 10 Kizukis because, I guess, or the 12 Kizukis. So yes. Okay, let's get on to the first part. I mean, when she was born. Basically, Nezuko was born like in canon. But she doesn't have her eyes and the tips of her hair yet. Like the orange tips. She was born like the normal girl that she was, but she was actually a demon. When she was born, you already know, she has black hair and brown eyes. And yeah. I'll just want to say her mother explained to her how that it is to generations there's special technique for all of the clans. Basically, you already know she's from the Kamado clan every single time. Yes, I'm making this. Sorry about that, guys. I just sneezed. So, I'll skip when she was 7. Actually, her ability is still the same. Exploding blood. I'll be doing more of her abilities, as you know. And I'll just give her her sister, her 2 brothers, Tanjiro, you already know, her mom and dad. I'll explain their abilities first. If you guys know the mother of Ryu, one of the Kizukis, basically, the Ryu that the girl with, when she puts spiders on you, like the spider webs, that she can control you. That's her little sister's ability, but she only can put 1 spider and she can to you and basically control you. For her brother, the Tamari demon blood arc, basically the balls. For her other brother, it's basically Rui's strings, like the unbreakable ones. For Tanjiro, it's basically water breathing or manipulation. For parents, for mom, it's basically the breath of the sun, and her dad is the breath of the moon. I had to go to Wikipedia to see the abilities of the breath of the sun and moon, basically. So, let's continue. When she was 7, they were a happy family. They already know what Nen is, but her grandfather and her grandparents and her ancestors doesn't know what Nen is before they learned it. I forgot to tell you guys her special trait. The special trait is basically seals, almost like the Naruto family, but not having the chakra chains. You didn't know? I don't think the Naruto family has this, I guess. When you put a seal on a wall that can basically open a secret doorway to basically a basement or a bunker, basically. So I'm just saying that. Okay, I'll do to the attack of the Phantom Troop. Yes, I'm doing this. So, it was a normal day in the Komodo Island. Yes, there is an island that they live in. It's actually a really big island. Actually, it's more bigger than the land of Kokoro Mountain. Like, a few more miles, I guess. I mean, much bigger than Kokoro Mountain. Kokoro Mountain's land. So, when it was a normal day, everyone was happy, training, being good. Oh yeah, I forgot. The Komodo family basically can go under the sun. I don't really know. It's actually one of their special traits from the family going through generations to generations. So let's continue. It was fine. And I forgot to tell this. They can basically eat normal human food. So I don't want them to eat people because, yeah. Okay, let's continue. The first day was peaceful, was happy. Her brother was training with his katana. It's not a Nichiren katana. Guys, I'm not doing that. You already know her training with her blood explosion, trying to do with her martial arts. She doesn't have her eyes yet, and the highlights under her hair. After a few hours later, they sense 12 people coming to the Komodo Island. And their aura was strong. Stronger than they never sensed before. It was menacing, almost like bloodlust. Her mother said, Nezuko, said, "Hi, Okasa." Said, "Get your siblings. Get Tanjiro." Basically, I don't know what's the name of her brothers, the two brothers and sister. I forgot because they never even tell them in the freaking anime. So, yeah. Oh, dang. If you guys hear the ambulance or the police car in the background, please ignore it. So, yeah. Basically, when she tries to search them, they were nowhere to be found. She forgot that her siblings, aka the three siblings, the youngest, is basically playing hide and seek, using Zetsu. And she said, "Shit, I can't handle this right now." She tries to go to Tanjiro, but she sees from afar that he was fighting one of them. Just want to say, the only demon slayer is Pakunoba. If you guys know, no, not Pakunoba, the girl. Damn, it's Nobunaga. So Nobunaga is basically fighting Tanjiro. Yes, her whole family is made out of demons. And I forgot this. All of the Demon Slayer swords is basically made out of 50% metal and 50% Inichirin steel. So, yes. And she basically goes back to her house and puts a seal on the wall made out of her own blood. Wait, guys. Sorry about the cut, guys. My dad wants me to do something. Open the back door from in my grandma's house. So, yeah, if you hear something in the background noise, please ignore it. So let's continue. Basically, she goes to the house, puts a seal on the wall made out of her own blood. She didn't even said blood demon arc. So wait, guys. Sorry about that, guys. My dad just came out of the room. Just want to say the kitchen is basically beside the room that I am right now. So let's continue. She goes to the house again, puts the seal on the wall, and the seal started to glow, not red, but basically a white or a bluish glow. So yeah, she sees stairs coming. The board or the floor is basically turning into stairs, and she goes down to the secret bunker or the basement that they have. And after like an hour and a half, just want to say the first thing that the Phantom Troop does is go to the upper and lower moon, the breed of the upper and lower moon, and after that is Muzan Kibutsuji or the royals. Then it's not the warriors. Actually, fighting all of them was really hard, especially with Nobunaga. Why am I so saying Pakunoba? Because, yeah. So, basically, yeah. He basically did that. When an hour and a half will pass, she goes out of the bunker and she goes to find her parents, her siblings, disintegrating slowly into dust. Then she goes up, and actually there was a part of the grave that has her what is it again? Her ancestors' graves. They have that in a part of their island. So a few minutes later, she basically got them into a blanket that they can rest for a bit after all of them disintegrate. And in a few seconds, they see something coming out of the sky, landing to where they were, having a small crater below it. It was Muzan Kibutsuji. She sees, or Nezuko sees, Muzan. Actually, Muzan is pretty nice in this, just saying. He is not a rapid killing demon like the others. So she bows down and said, "Your Majesty, you're disintegrating. Did they got you too?" Said, "Yes, Nezuko." Said, "Yes, she's still 7 in this, I just want to say." So he said, "Yes, I'm disintegrating, Nezuko. And I want to give you a gift." He said, "I want to push all of my blood to you, so you can become my successor." Yes, that sounded like my hero a little bit, saying that my successor. So he said, "Are you sure? How about your daughter, your wife? Basically, he said, I'm sorry, but they're in another place now. He said, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Said, don't worry about it. Said, will you accept? Oh my god, I'm sorry if you hear something in the background, guys. So yeah. Basically, he said, of course, I will take your offer. He puts his finger on her forehead, push it in, like in canon with the Tamari demon, but not basically going through the skull, but pushes the blood, all of his blood, into her. Then she started aching in pain. She was kind of transforming. Her hands, her nails started to retract and get out again, like retracting basically into normal to sharp nails. Her eyes are changing to brown to pink, having a slit, a black slit, and the veins of her head started to grow, started to pump more blood. After a minute or two later, the blood of Muzan and Nezuko wasn't mixed properly yet. It will take a few months or a year. So, when actually he started to disintegrate more, Muzan started to disintegrate more. She goes back to her house really fast and gets another blanket to make Muzan basically, you already know, lay down on. So when her sibling said, I guess this is it, Aniki. Aneki? I mean, Aniki and Aneki is basically, Aniki is for big brother, and Aneki is for big sister, basically. So, said, Aneki? The three siblings said, yes. Said, before we die, we wanted to give you something. So, they basically give her three things. For her sister is basically a pin with you already know those, never mind, but she gives her a necklace, a pendant that has a picture all of her family. Her brother gives her a ring that is that can get her blood and basically to spray blood for her blood explosion. Her other brother basically gives her a Tamari bracelet, a bracelet with a Tamari keychain on it. And Tanjiro said, Nezuko, said, hi, Aneki, Oni-chan. And he gives her his earrings, the Kitsumuji, I forgot the name. So, yeah. Her parents said, Nezuko, we have to say something to you. Said, okay, mom, dad, or oto-san, oka-san, hi. And they said, we have to say this to you, but you didn't even notice this, but when you first learned Nen, or when you first got your blood demon arc, you accidentally use the breath of the sun. So me and your father were thinking, you must be having a special trait with you. I said, what do you mean, Mom? Dad? I said, I guess it's with Nen. I think it's the only thing for family that has Nen for you. You can use your family's Nen abilities but your grandfather and grandmother and the other ancestors doesn't even know none yet. So I think our family, I think you can only use your sister and your little brother's abilities, Tanjiro, me and your father. So we want to give you this. It's basically they're gonna give her a scythe and a dagger. For her mom was the dagger and her dad was the scythe. The dagger was actually can transform to a katana that is really sharp and really durable. For father, basically the scythe can basically transform into a little stick, or if you guys know, like a mini flashlight, I guess. But no, if you guys know what a baton is, from the parades, like just imagine a baton. No, not that. Basically, these two weapons are passed down to generations of the Kamado family. They were thinking of giving the weapons to Nezuko and Tanjiro, but it was too late. So they summoned these two weapons, and she said, "We want to give you this. Put it in your summoning. Put your seal, and you can summon it whenever you like," said her parents. And Muzan was actually gonna say, "Nezuko," said, "Hi, Your Majesty." He said, "Call me Muzan." He said, "Yes, Muzan. Is there something wrong?" He said, "No, there's nothing wrong. I wanted to give you this." Muzan basically gives her the kitsune mask. Oh my god. Sorry about that, guys. So, yeah. He basically gave the kitsune mask. Just want to say she already has the muzzle ever since she was 6. It was her birthday present from Tanjiro. So, and Muzan said to her, "I sense you have evolved to have more abilities." He said, "What do you mean, Your Majesty?" He said, "Wait here. I have to say something." Okay, I got her abilities. She has body manipulation, you already know. But she won't shrink in this. I don't want her to shrink. Just saying. Her first is body manipulation, you already know, to enhance her hearing, sense, the seventh sense, her nails, her eyes, basically manipulating her eyes to have slits to get it back. The sense of taste, hearing, you already know. So yeah, her other ability is healing blood. The ring that her brother gave her is basically to use with her blood explosion, but it also upgraded to get her blood to put on someone so they can heal. You already know she can already heal just by removing her, you already know, the normal demons from blood demon slayer. So yeah. The other ability is the fall of the stars. I forgot what's the meaning of it. Okay, the fall of the stars is the meaning of that you can control your blood to make any kind of weapons, and you can duel them without any problem. So even she summons the sword, the dagger, and the scythe is basically she can manipulate. She can basically already knows how to use them because of the fall of the stars. For the crimson fairy lights is basically she can summon these crimson blue balls that goes to your opponent, basically flying around them and explode. Yes, that's kind of OP though, so yeah. The other one, blood manipulation, when somebody touch your blood, you can control them for 10 minutes. If she trains it a lot, she can basically control them for half an hour, aka 30 minutes. And this, I will give her blood clone so she can basically make a clone on, or something like that. But nah, no blood clone, that's too obvious. So yeah, she started crying, and she sees her family and Muzan started to be dust. And she said, "We'll see you soon, Nezuko," said her mother and father, and Tanjiro. For her little siblings, she said, "We'll see you soon, Aneki." She hugs them three and said, "I'll miss you three." She goes and hugs Tanjiro, her mom and dad also, and said, "I'll miss you, mom, dad." And Muzan said, "I know we just met, but I hope you achieve your dreams to kill the Phantom Troop." She goes and hugs Muzan. Muzan was surprised that they just only met. He said, "Thank you, Your Majesty. I will avenge you all. I'll avenge every single demon that they killed." So yeah. After a few minutes of them going, a few minutes of crying, or an hour of crying, she goes back to her home. Oh yeah, I forgot. Her highlights already in her hair. So yeah. She goes in her house, or in their house. Basically, she goes to bed and sleeps for a year to make her blood and Muzan's blood collide with each other or mix. And yeah, she was 8 and started training with all of her abilities. Making the strings of Rui, she calls it Blood Demon Arc Rui strings. She used that ability and puts with her blood. And she basically created like the same thing in canon when Nezuko was tied with Rui's strings, but having her blood already mixed with them and saying string explosion. Her palms was basically glowing a bright red and crimson red, and basically the strings she disconnected with her fingers and boom, exploded or catch on fire. So yeah, she basically does the others with the Tamaris. She started training or playing with the Tamaris or training with it because it's like dodgeball, but the Tamaris are indestructible or not, I guess. And with her own demon strength. The next one, she trains on the water manipulation or water breathing that Tanjiro actually has. She already know how to use it just by using her mom's or the dagger that passed down to generation. And she does water surface slash, water dance, water or water slash, basically the dragon thing. I forgot its name. The breeding style, I guess. For her parents is basically her mom only calls it Dance of the Fire God, so she calls it Dance of the Fire Demon. I was calling that because her mom is a demon, already know. So it was graceful. She uses the dagger also, and basically has a graceful moves so yeah, she started training with her father's ability, basically the breath of the moon, I don't really know how you can do that, but I'll search it on Wikipedia in the next episode, the next part. So I'm not gonna end it yet. So yeah. And she started practicing with her own abilities. You already know, blood manipulation, healing blood, the fall of the stars, crimson fairy lights, and blood manipulation, and also her body manipulation. Oh yeah, I already said it. Oh sheesh, I said both blood manipulation. So yeah, she actually knows how to cook, and yeah, I guess so. She goes around her island, looking at the flowers, having a relaxing time. She hears a whimper of a fox. Yes, a whimper of a fox. Yes, I know. So she goes and sees a little orange fox that has a white tip on the tail. She said it was slowly dying. She goes up and said, She was thinking, I guess I'll give you some of my blood so you can become a demon fox. So she puts a little scratch on the forehead, not that much, but it bleed a little, and push some of her blood onto the fox, making the fox eyes go to red, having a slit, making its tails multiply up to 12. Up to 9, basically. And making it a little bit bigger, having the abilities, the dance of the fire. Not the fire god, basically, dance of fire, basically it's blood demon arc, and has a few abilities called flaming, the flaming lily, uh, the fire dance, oh my god, I'm just making this up. Fire tornado. If you guys know that exists, that is true. So yeah, she sees the little fox demon. So yeah, wait guys, sorry about that guys, my grandma. And yeah, she actually has normal clothes. She goes to she goes out sometimes. Everyone was actually really interested on her hair because it has green highlights. Orange highlights, I guess. She was wearing a kimono, started buying different kinds of clothes. I think I'll give you guys an example. Basically like this one, not this one, basically like that and that. I don't really know for the other, but yeah. She actually, I'll skip when she is 17 or not. Yeah, 17. Basically, I'm making Kurapika 17 also. I'm making the ship Kurapika. Don't judge me. Yes, I'm simping over him. You guys said Kyo was a god in my last video, but yeah, I'm making. So the ship is Kurapika x Nezuko. I know this is gonna be a badass Nezuko, so let's continue. I'm gonna make this an hour-long video. So yeah, basically I'll skip to when she's 17, as you know. She already knows how to use with her abilities perfectly, combined with her other abilities. And I'm calling the fox Kurama. Yes, the demon fox from Naruto. I just wanted to say that because I want to, you know what. And yeah, basically Kurama is always with her. She actually, when she turns him into a demon, he is basically, what should I say, like 5 months old. He was 10. Nezuko was 10 when she made him into a demon fox. So yes, yeah. Then she heard about the hunter exam, so he can go and avenge her her clan and His Majesty. Just wanna say she has a lot of money because of Muzan Kibutsuki. Yes, just for plot. She is basically, you already know, she is the queen of demons now. She goes and summons her boat. It was actually a traditional Japanese boat that is actually really big. So, when she summons the boat, Kurama came with her. If you guys just imagine a kitsune that is small, like a normal fox size with 9 tails. She doesn't have the eye. Just wanna say Kurama doesn't have the same thing in his face to reconnect his eyes to his ears, basically. So when they got to the boat, she arrives when Gon, Kurapika, and Leorio arrive like in canon. So she got off the boat, basically, just imagine like a cloak. Wait, guys. Basically, like this cloak that is up to her. So yeah. Okay. So she wears the cloak. No, she just wears. I guess she wears. I don't really know. This without the jacket. I guess that with the jacket, but the jacket doesn't have sleeves. A sleeveless jacket, I guess. She is wearing a sleeveless jacket, wearing a tank top under it, having this kitsune mask under, on her face without the muzzle, as you know. Whoops, dang. So yeah. She, oh my god. She basically, she goes out, going to the giant cheddar tree. They see, before the captain tells it to go, she already started going to the giant cheddar tree. And yeah, so when the captain said that to go, he sees the girl going to the cheddar tree and with a kitsune beside her, or on her back, I guess, resting on her shoulder. And she started going to the forest. So yeah, everything did the same like in canon with Gon, Kurapika, and Leoria. When she goes to the forest, oh yeah, I forgot that she is wearing below knee shorts, below knee, like under the knee shorts, basically. And she's wearing black combat boots. So she goes, and Gon, Kurapika, Leorio see her going up to the trees with her fox, started jump tree to tree. After a few minutes later, they see her with the old lady. Before they see her, the old lady, they see her going through a wall that is made out of concrete. And before they got in, they said, "Where's the girl?" So they see, Gon said, Kurapika and Leorio, I'm doing this perspective for them. basically said there's no one here. Gon said there's a lot of people here. And the lady said, she goes out of the blue saying, exciting. Gon, Kurapika, and Leorio did the same face like in canon, saying exciting. She repeats herself again, saying exciting. One answer quiz or two choice quiz. So it said everything did the same like in canon, but yeah, go to Nezuko's perspective. When the old lady said that she will go to that giant cheddar tree, to that path, it will take her 2 hours, but she does the Naruto run, but you already know the Zenitsu style Naruto run. Yeah, head first, having really good speeds. So she was going there. It only took her 5 minutes to go there. 5 minutes to go to the cabin. When she goes in, she smells something weird. Smells like a beast. Then, when she opens the door, she sees a man on the floor trying to gasp for air and sees a magical beast grabbing the girl. She was confused at first, but she said, "What are you doing to your family?" They were shocked. Said, "What? We're not family," said the girl. He said, "You're not human, like me. You guys are Kirikos, the magical beast that can transform into a human and talk like a human. Your sense are pretty similar." And yeah. And when she removes her mask, they notice that she has pink eyes. Oh yeah, every single animal in the world basically know if they see a pink-eyed girl. I mean, when they see her eyes with a little bit of a slit, when they see her eye, every animal see there's a split second a slit will appear and disappear. When she removes her kitsune mask, the slit appeared and disappeared. They were shocked and they bowed to her. They said, "The Queen of Demons, it's an honor to meet you." She said, That was fast. She said, we saw your slit on your eye." I said, "Oh, okay then." And she said, "We'll take you to the hunter exam." So after like a 30-minute flight, basically, going to the hunter exam, she was following the Kiriko. Goes to a restaurant and said the same thing, but only one seat. She goes in and said, I hope we can see you again next year, Your Majesty." She said to the Kiriko, I'll see you soon, Mr. Kiriko." She puts on her mask and just wanna say, Kurama goes to her hair and head. Yes, I'm doing that. So let's go to Gon's perspective. Like the same thing in canon. Leorio said, "What the hell, I'm starving." And he said, Kurapika said, we have to do what the lady said. We have to walk there for 2 hours. And Leorio said, but she already said that 2 hours ago." So yeah, everything decided like in canon. They go to Zaban City and they see the same girl with the kitsune mask. But they were thinking, where's the fox? They see a tail coming out of her hair. And the tail retracts to her hair and hangs on her shoulder. So, she goes and sits down and started petting Kurama. She was waiting for like 3 hours for them to come. So yeah. Then yeah. A few minutes later, they hear a scream from Hisoka that was bumped into his shoulder, like in canon. So, yeah. They go beside the girl was sitting. I mean, they were close to Nezuko. They see her petting her fox. They were surprised that she has a nine-tailed fox. A nine-tailed fox is really rare to see. Then they found a chubby old freaking Ricky Crusher saying, "Hi, I'm Tompa, and you must be new, so you must be rookies. And this is my 35th try." And Leorio whispered that doesn't mean to brag about. She goes, Nezuko stands up and basically her fox on her, or Kurama on her shoulder, or in her bag, I guess. She has a mini backpack or something. No, she doesn't have a bag. She only needs to summon. She only needs to put a seal on her arm so she can summon something. So Kurama was in her shoulder. Said she was beside them, but was looking around. And Tompa said the same thing like I said. And they all said yeah. And Gon introduces himself, Kurapika, and Leorio. And he said, "How about that girl?" He said, "We don't know her." He said, and Tompa said, "Excuse you, miss." He said, "What's your name?" "Nezuko Kamado." You?" He said, "I'm Tompa. This is my 35th try, and you must be a rookie also." She nodded in her kitsune mask. So, yeah. Wait, guys. Sorry for the cut, guys. My dad, gone to the, you know what? So, when she said her name, so he said, "I'm actually a veteran here. You can ask me anything you need to know." And, yeah. Gon, Kurapika, and Leorio said, "Who's that guy with the clown thing? Who's that guy with the red hair?" He said, "Oh, the magician is here." They said, "What do you mean, magician?" Nezuko was a little bit confused about when he said magician. And yeah. So he said he was disqualified last year. Killed the guy just because he what is it again? He doesn't approve him. So yeah. He said, "I don't really know why that happened." So when they said, he actually explained about a few guys that was in the thing. yeah. Uh, sorry, I think I had to think first. So, a few minutes later, they. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell her number. She is basically 247. Yes, 247. So, yeah. They hear grumbling on the ground saying, "What's going on?" She actually looks below at the front, and it was a guy that has lavender hair and wearing a dark lavender suit. And this is Santos, the uh, hunter. So yeah, and basically, yeah, I guess. And he said, "Follow me. I will lend you to the second phase." They were thinking, second phase? Where's the first one? They said, "Oh, how rude of me. I am Santos. I am your guide to go to the second phase, and today we're doing the first phase." And yeah, after a few minutes of running, like 10 minutes, um, Gon asks, "Hi, you're Nezuko, right?" She nods and said, "Yes, I am." He said, "It's so. What's your name? I didn't hear it." He said, "I'm Gon." He said, "It's really nice to meet you, Gon." So she said, "So you have a kitsune?" I said, "Yes, I do." She said, "Kurama?" Kurama goes to the ground and said, "You wanna pet him? You can go to your shoulder so you can pet him, or go to your arms." He said, "Sure." He said, she nods, and Kurama goes up to him and started purring like a cat. He said, "Oh my god, he's so cute," said Gon. He said, "He is. He is actually a full-grown fox." But Gon said, "But he looks like a baby." He said, "I'll tell you later." And Gon noticed a white-haired boy does the same thing in canon. Or saying Leorio said, "Oi kid, that's cheating. You shouldn't be using a skateboard. This is an endurance test." He said, "No it isn't," said Gon. And Leorio said, "Gon, why do you have a fox?" He said, "Oh, Kurama?" He said, "You can." He said, "Oh yeah, this is Kurama. Her owner is Nezuko." And Leorio looks at the girl with the kitsune mask and he said, "Hello." He said, "Oh yeah, Nezuko, this is this is Leorio and Kurapika." They see Kurapika, she sees a boy with blonde hair wearing a I think, I guess, I forgot, the kurta clothing, and said, "It's nice to meet you, Nezuko," said Kurapika. And Leorio said, "Same." She said, "The pleasure is all mine." And Gon said, "Oh yeah, what's your name?" He asked Killua and said, "Ore wa Killua." And he said, "Ore wa Gon." So, yeah. Basically, he said the same thing in canon. He said, "I can run with you guys." He said, And he said, "I want to touch the fox," said Killua. He said, you have to get permission to Nezuko." He said, "Who's she?" He said, "I'm Nezuko." She said in a calm voice, he said, "I'm Killua." He said, "It's really nice to meet you, Killua." He said, "It's nice to meet you too, Nezuko." And said, "How old are you guys?" Yes. Gon said the same thing like in canon, 12. He said, "Cool, I'm 12 too." He said, "How about you, Nezuko?" He said, "I'm 17. He said, "And yes, you can Kurama." So, yeah. She was getting kind of bored, running for like an hour now. And, yeah. She said, "Can you please, he said, "Kurama, come on." He said, "I had to say something to Santos' son." He said, "Sure." He said, both of them?" He said, she goes up to Santos at the front. He said, "Mr. Santos, can I go at the front?" He said, "Sure, why not?" Then she goes back to Gon and said, "I'll see you guys in the finish." He said, "Sure." Kurama goes up to her shoulder and said, "Sayonara." He said, "Ara ara, sayonara." Yes, a shinobi line, because I like to say "ara ara, sayonara." So yeah. Basically, she goes to the finish, and yeah. So yeah. When she's waiting for Gon, Killua, and the others, and it took actually an hour and a half for them to come back. So she goes to a tree and started sleeping with Kurama on her lap. And after an hour and a half later, they hear Go. She hears Go. She sees Gon and Killua saying Go at the same time. He said, "Ha ha, I win." He said, "No, I did," said Killua. He said, they see Nezuko up in the tree, and she said, "Kurama, you can go down now." And she did a front flip, and yeah, and she lands. And they both said, "Hey Nezuko, who won?" He said, "You guys, it's a tie. You guys were at sync with the footwork." So he said, "Oh." I said, "Why do you need to win?" He said, "It's nothing. We just did a contest." I said, "Contest?" "Yeah." He said, "If the loser lose, they will actually buy us dinner." So we actually got a tie. So Killua, you're gonna buy me my dinner, and I'm gonna buy your dinner." I said, "I'm okay with that." Said, Killua. And she said, So go and say the same thing like in canon with Santos. And said, "Mr. Santos, is this the second phase?" He said, "No, it's not yet." Oh my god, I don't really know how to do this one. Sorry guys, I'm rewriting something, so yeah. sorry about that, guys. Dang, it's already been an hour. So they said, today we're going to the marshlands, aka the swamp. There are a lot of creatures that can basically trick you and kill you. There are different kinds of plants, and yeah. And they hear, don't listen to him. He's a fake. I'm the real examiner. They see a guy beaten up. And then everyone was confused. He said, that guy must be a fake because he shows a monkey with Santo's face and said this is a man face ape. They can basically trick you and eat you. They eat human flesh, so the same like in canon. Then everyone started thinking, who's the real examiner? And Gon and Killua asked Nezuko. He said, he's not the real examiner. He said, what do you mean? He said, you'll see. Then Hisoka throws a card to both of them, but his hand actually slipped. Said, and 2 cards was going to Nezuko. Killua and Gon said, Nezuko, watch out! But she gets the 2 cards with her 2 fingers and said, you should be careful with these. Your name is Hisoka, right? I said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that, and thank you. You have a... How did you catch that? Just skill. And Gon and Killua was amazed, surprised. He said, how can you catch that? I said, I've been training for years. I'll explain you my goal later, if that's alright. He said, sure. So, yeah. The same thing did like in canon. Sorry about that, guys. I'm kind of thinking right now about things. So yeah, I have to find my models 5 and 6. Basically, they started running through the wetlands, and she goes actually to the trees. Said it's more faster here. No, she started running in the swamp, and later it said again, not another marathon. Said it's kind of tiring because it's the ground is more squishy than hard. So yeah, they basically, so they getting tired. They see Gon and Killua disappearing. They said, and they see that Nezuko, Kurapika, and Leorio are also disappearing. And they said, you guys still there? They said, Kurapika said, yeah, we're still here. You guys can go ahead. We'll catch up. He said, sure. They said, Gon said, okay. So yeah. Holy shit, that hurt. Oh my god. So basically, they stumbled the same thing like in canon with that bird and with that giant tortoise. So when they stumbled with the giant tortoise, Nezuko stopped with Leorio and Karapika, and she said, why did you stop? It's that giant tortoise, I forgot the name, and he said it is a man-eating tortoise. So she gets out her dagger, she jumps up and, wait guys, Sorry guys, my grandma, I guess, so yeah. She basically gets out her dagger, goes launch up to the tortoise, and, basically she goes and stabs the tortoise's eye, making it fall down to the ground dead. He said, "Whoa, how did you do that?" Said Kurapika and Leorio. Said, "Just go." And yeah, basically they started running again. Once that they almost gone down to a cliff. After that, they started running again. Then they see Hisoka. So yeah. When they see him, they see the same thing like in canon with Nezuko, basically having the same guys cut by the heads of Hisoka's card. So Kurapika said that they will split up, and so they did. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the countdown is done. Dang, that rhyme. Then Leorio did the same thing in canon, charging to Hisoka with his dagger and tries to attack him, but then Gon showed up, and yeah. Yeah, I guess so. When they see Leorio wasn't there, so they go back to where Hisoka was. They see Gon. Nezuko was kind of angry. Then her veins popped up inside of her mask, and her nails started to grow to a sharp and strong version of a normal human nail. Basically like a Zoldyck thing, like from an assassin move that Killua did, that manipulates his body. So she goes, and basically she goes there with fast speed, punches Hisoka in the gut, sending him a little bit flying, like 3, 4, or 5 meters back. And he said, "Oh, what do I see? A demon?" He said, "If you hurt him again, I'll kill you." He said, "I won't. Actually, your friend passed." And that guy passed. They see Leorio knocked out by the tree, and said, and basically what's his name? Hisoka gets Leorio again, and basically carries him like in canon, and said to Gon that, "Do you know the way?" And Gon said, "Yeah." So after a few seconds later, they basically they said, Gon said, "What does he mean that you're a demon?" He said, "I'll tell you later, Gon. But we have to hurry up." And he said, "Follow me," said Gon. And said, "Where are we going? Are you sure we..." Said, "Are you sure that we're here? That we are in the right place?" Said, "Yeah, we are." And he said, "How do you know that?" "I can basically smell Leorio's cologne that has a really unique scent." I said, "Can you smell it, Kurama?" Kurama nods because Leorio's cologne was kinda making him dizzy. He said, I guess your nose is getting, I guess you're getting dizzy because of his cologne, aren't you? And Kurama nods. And he said, I guess you're right. I do smell Leorio's cologne a little. He said, really? You have a good sense of smell. He said, yes. So they got back. Killua said, go, Nezuko. And Gon said the same thing like in canon, saying Killua. So he said, where's Leorio? They see Hisoka getting pointing at Leorio by the tree. Then he said the same thing like in canon, saying, what happened? My memory is hazy. Gon said to Nezuko and Kurapika, we shouldn't tell him. I mean, Kurapika said that to Gon. He said, yeah. She sees Leorio with the giant bulb on his face by the punch of Hisoka. So she manipulates her finger and cuts her arm. Just want to say she was not wearing her ring. Just saying, it was in her pocket. So she cuts her arm. Kurapika, Gon, and Killua was surprised, and she puts it on Leorio's cheek, and it started to heal. And they were surprised that she has healing abilities. And Kurapika looks at her arm, and it started to heal also. He said, you have to tell us that later. And Nezuko said, yeah, I do. I'll tell you guys later. So, yeah, the next thing is now the second phase. I think that's gonna be an hour and 30 minutes. I think it's gonna be so long to upload. Shit, so yeah. Basically, they go. They see a few people. I mean, they see the gate opening. Seeing two people, a giant boy, aka Buhara, and a girl with having ponytails up to different directions, having clothes that can really revealing clothes. So yeah. Basically, said, hello everyone, welcome to the second phase. He said, I'm Meshi and this is Buhara. They hear a giant grumble and said, what's that? He said, are you hungry, Buhara? Said Meshi. He said, I'm not hungry, I'm famished. He said, so he said, and Meshi said this. So today you're going to do cooking. And everyone was surprised and said, they started laughing. He said, why, they started questioning, why would we do that? And they said, because we're gourmet hunters. Mechi said, proud, and everyone started laughing. Literally laughing. So, yeah. Ooh, I cracked my knuckles there. So, yeah. She started getting angry and said, Buhara, can you please, what's the first ingredient? And he said that the first ingredient was pork. So, wait guys. Sorry about the cut, guys. My grandma wanted me to eat dinner right now, so let's continue with the video. Buhara said that the first ingredients will be pigs, and there are different kinds of breeds of pigs in this forest, and yeah. So just want to say, only the magical beast knows the Queen of Demons, except for those raging carnivorous guys. So yeah, she basically goes out, started running. She was thinking, what kind of dish does she will do? She will do? Um, uh, uh. So she basically goes to tree looking around the worst pigs. She memorized worst what kind of pigs is in the forest. She knows the pigs who are carnivorous, and the weak spot is in their foreheads. So when she sees them going about to fall, she goes first. She goes and basically gets the pig's forehead using her dagger. She actually does have her dagger in her pocket, and yeah. So she gets the pig and started putting it where the cooking area was. So I don't know what kind of dish she will do. I don't really know. I don't know about lechon. I think, nah, not lechon. How about pork Wellington? I don't really know. Never mind that. Basically she gets the pig, slice it up to pieces. I think making kebabs, I guess, or just making a fried. Yeah, kebab. She actually has a few things in her. She actually got a few things like herbs and something like that. So everyone failed. So she was next. She goes, puts the plates. She made a small kebabs for Mechi and a giant one for Buhara. I mean, he is a huge boy, bruh. Larger than an elephant. I mean, that is true. He's larger than an elephant. So, yeah. When she basically gives the kebabs to Meshi and Buhara, they said, and Meshi said, oh, Machi, not Mechi. Bro, why are their names so the same? Dang, Mechi. It's not Machi. Machi is from the Phantom Troop. So she said, here you go, Miss Machi, Mr. Buhara. I hope you like my dish. Basically, she made kebabs and they said, finally a good dish. She tries it and she was actually surprised that she was actually a really good cook. Buhara passed her and she tried, and she said, you passed, said Mechi. And yeah, everyone started complaining. They said, I want to be a bounty hunter. One of the guys said, they said want to be a bounty hunter. So not a stupid gourmet hunter. Everything did like in canon until Chairman Nechiro came down from the sky. So he said that, Meiji, why did you fail all the what is it again? The contestants just but one passed. She actually before when Nechiro said, she goes to the guys, aka Kurapika, Leorio, Killua, and Gon. She said, hey guys. She said, you don't want one? No thanks. I already tried one. But we didn't see you take off your mask. You were guy. I turned around. You said, oh. She was actually on the very corner of one of the, the part of the kitchen, basically. So and Mechi said, I'm sorry, Chairman Nechiro, can we do a redo, and can you please, that we will be doing that, I'll do a redo, and could you please take us to Mount Split in Half? And he said that they will be boiling eggs. So yeah, when they got there, everyone was in a mountain split in half. That's why the mountain's called Mount Split in Half. And she said, okay, this is Mount Split in Half. They go to the edge and said, can you see there? He said, sure. And she said, I'll do an example, but she was cut off saying, Miss Maggie? Said, yes, my dear, what's your name again? I forgot. I said, it's Nezuko. I said, what is it, Nezuko? I said, can I, try it out? I already gone here. I said, sure. In a few seconds, she jumps down. She said to Kurama, stay there, and she'll give her an egg. So she jumps down, landed on the string, didn't grab on but landed, and Mechi was surprised that she got good balance. In a few minutes or like a few seconds later, she goes, gets the eggs, 3 eggs basically, and the gust of wind came up. So she gives one to Meshi, and she said, can you please wait, Kurama? We will boil this first. And Kurama nods, and she said, that's right. And yeah, everyone, all the boys said this will be fun. And Kilo said, I've been waiting for this. So he started to go down. He said, wait. And she said, and Nezuko sighed. They're kind of troublesome, you know. Said Mechi. Said, yeah, they're kinda. They kinda, said Nezuko. And a few minutes later, a few contestants let go of the rope and they fall to their death. Gon said, now? Gon said, no. And a few seconds later, now? He said, not yet. And Gon screamed, now, and they got the eggs and flew up. They see Nezuko on the side, sitting and kicking her legs. And yeah, so she goes back up and basically waited for the boiled eggs, and they basically she gives the boiled eggs to the other one to Kurama, and she said, are you gonna? So she removes her mask, puts it over her head. Everyone was shocked and said, what? You think I don't have a face? Kurapika blushed. I mean, blushed. And Gon said, I never knew you're so pretty, Nezuko-chan. And he said, thank you, Gonko. So she said, it's more better than last time. He said, what do you mean, more better than last time? Remember, like I said, he said, can I do the example? I already came here. And he said, oh, that's why. So they actually goes, so yeah, some of them didn't pass, some of them pass. And they basically goes back to the airship or blimp and starting to did the same like in canon, saying this guy called Bean saying, hi, I'm Vice President Beans. And I don't know why does he call himself Bean, but he does look like a bean just saying. So we'll be arriving to the third phase in a few hours tomorrow at 8 a.m. You guys can eat in the cafeteria or get some rest. We'll be having like 10 hours. Yeah, like 12 hours, I guess. So they can rest. So Gon and Killua said that they will be exploring the ship. And Nezuko goes to Beans and said, is there a shower here? So she changes into, I don't really know. Basically, she changes to this. No, just wanna say, I don't really know. This without the bag and the jacket. Just saying. So she was relaxed when she took that shower. And yeah. So they see Gon and Killua running. She sees Gon and Killua running around. And she said, hey guys. He said, hey Nezuko-chan. He said, and Killua said, hey Nezuko. I'll explain. Care to explain now? Said Gon. He said, how about later? Tomorrow? How about tomorrow? It's really late. He said, okay. I guess I have to rest now. See you guys. So she sees a private room. It was actually a 2-bedroom, I guess. One bedroom, one room bedroom, I guess. And she slept there. Only for like 8 hours. Up to like 10, 11 hours, I guess, of sleep. So, they woke up and everything did the same like with Gon and Killua last night for them. Then they landed in a freaking large pillar that goes down. And yeah. Everyone was surprised and they said, are we gonna go down there? I said, yeah, I guess so. That's kind of suicidal. I said, yeah, that's kind of suicidal indeed. So they said, it will be easy for me. They see a guy and said, I'm a professional rock climber. So he started, going down and accidentally, boom, got by a flying red human baby thing with giant mouths and ate him alive and flew away. And they said, we can't go down. And they agree. So they started running, started saying, after a few minutes later, they actually shire shireru, um they see other people were disappearing. It said they must found a what is it again, a entrance. So, and they hear go and said, "Hey guys," they said, "We found some secret entrances. It's another 5 door. I don't. Oh my! What the hell?" I'm sorry guys, I got surprised by our neighbors because they accidentally screamed and I jumped. Oh my god, I'm so sorry guys. Let's continue. Basically, the trick tower. They got in and they stayed there for a while, but Nezuko didn't say anything. And she said, and Kurapika said, "That was a short farewell." They said, "Yeah." So they put on the bracelets and did the same thing like in canon. And when they press O and they go to the right, yeah, the right, then the left, because logic. So they see themselves in a arena, and they hear a voice said, "Hello, I am Limpo. I am a hunter, and I am your examiner for this third phase. There's only gonna be 5 phases, guys. I already know, but yeah, I'll make this quick. Everyone, just wanna say, they see a guy coming through, removes his cloak and what is it again? Cuffs. It was a very muscular man and was actually a criminal. Then he goes that he cracks his neck and he was actually a demon slayer. That helped. So she said, "I'll go." They said, "Nezuko, you shouldn't." He said, "I think I should." So she goes, removes her bag, says to Kurama to take her mask, and they see her her earrings, and she got the ring from her pocket. So she oh my god, she goes and said, and the guy said, "Ooh, another demon. I guess we didn't kill." He said, "I want to do a death match." She agrees. I said, she nods. I said, "No weapons." So he said, "Oh, you're a demon, huh? We never knew there's another survivor. There's a survivor." She said, "So did you hunt them?" I said, "What is a demon?" said the guy. She got pissed off. Her veins her veins pumping through her forehead. Her eyes got slits. Then she basically uses, she goes really fast beside him and kicks his head off, like that other demon. So, he said, "Don't make me angry. I'm angry at you, demon slayers. For what have you done?" So they were surprised, and Leorio started getting scared of her. He said, "Nezuko, can we go near? Can we go near you?" She said, "Yes, you can." So the same thing like in canon did, the same thing, everything did like in canon basically. So yeah. Then it was Kurapika's turn. Everything does like in canon. Then they go to the room for 50 hours. It was actually, they only spent like 5 hours on that, so they have 10 more hours to do more stuff. No, it's 4 hours, and they have 60 hours to be in the room. And they said, so they go in, and they ask now, Nezuko, can you tell us why do they call you a demon? He said, yes. She basically explains her story about she was now the queen of demons, and she was the successor of the demon king before he died. He was very nice, she said. He wasn't like a king, like she said, he wasn't like a really bad king, but he was really nice to other demons like her before he died. He explains about her story, and she says the phantom troop. Kurapika eyes widen and said, wait, your clan was killed by the phantom troop also? I said, yeah, they did. So yeah, I'm gonna get this to a cliffhanger. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe. This is my first 1 hour and 30-minute video. So I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Have a good night and day. Don't forget to comment down below if you want a new part of this 2K special. And I just want to say sayonara, minna.